Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. This week we're going to be talking about women equality in sport, as well as previewing the FA Cup final, the women's FA Cup final between Birmingham City women and Manchester City women. Okay, so as we said before, I'm going to be talking to a woman about women in sport, and that woman is my mum. My coach from a young age, probably one of my biggest critics in sport, would you say?
Yeah.
And always there to give me a
kick up the backside when he needs it.
So I want to talk today. So I know something you feel strongly about is equality.
Yes.
And there's a growing. It's female sport is growing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
We can only go to the summer, and we both love our cricket. And last summer, and the birth of the Kia Super League and the franchise cricket there, netball with Fidelity and Super League in netball, and of course the football, which is coming to its climax. Well, the FA Cup's coming to its climax this weekend. Do you feel like there's been any change for women within sport?
Yes, I think that women's football especially have grown, and since it has become under the FA, it's have really grown, and the clubs are really prospering.
For sure, because there's a lot more money in there, and they talk about bridging the wage, but personally my view is I find this the most with cricket, because I think cricket, you pay to watch people smash it out of the park, and it's just not anything against women, but the women's game is more intricate and maybe not as entertaining. Do you feel like the pay or the money is fairly distributed between genders?
Yes, because I think women's sports still have a long way to come. I think men put in more practice, longer hours. Women still have to work, and they have families at home, so they don't put in as much into sport as men.
And that's purely because financially they're not able to do that yet.
That's
because
correct, yeah.
Obviously, if men are bringing in that much money, it's already established. I see what you're saying is that women have to establish itself to be able to be on a level playing field with the men.
Yes.
And it's not purely through sexism or whatever you can say.
You only have to look at Wimbledon, and the final of the men is over 5 sets. The final of the women is over 2.
Yeah.
If women want equality, they need to play over 5 sets.
Yeah, for sure.
Or men need to come down to 2, best out of 3. So we cannot, you cannot compare. Women's sport is quite young. I remember the day when I played football, it was just getting a group of people kicking a ball around. Now you have to go to training, you have to look at your diet, you have to be prepared, you sacrifice family life. There's a lot that a woman have to do.
Yeah, for sure. And if you didn't pick that up, my mum said she used to play football. You used to play for QPR, didn't you?
I did. Back in days, dinosaur era.
Back in the 1930s.
Yeah, stop it.
Right, so moving on. Any role models you have?
Well, in netball, there was this woman called Jean Pierre, and she won the World Championship netball with Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a stadium in Trinidad called the Jean Pierre Complex.
Wow.
But in recent years, you look at people like Faye White, and how well established she became in football, and then you look at the women's cricketers, and you just how muscular have they become. I know they don't have the strength of the men, but they have finesse, and they hit the ball on the ground rather than over the boundaries.
Well, they've won more ICC tournaments. So
they have, yes.
I guess that's for sure. Yeah. I know Faye White has captured a lot of the young women's imagination. I know now that Steph Houghton's coming through, and she's now bringing through the new new wave of girl, if you like.
Yes.
So staying on football, and obviously while we're doing this for the FA Cup final, who do you think, or who do you want to win, Birmingham or Man City?
I would like to go for Birmingham.
The underdog.
The underdogs, yes.
Okay.
And I think their captain will score.
So there you have it. Mummy Dunning says Birmingham are going to win, or she wants Birmingham to win. Always one for the underdog, aren't you?
Always one for the underdog. That's why I support you.
So the FA Cup final this weekend will be between Manchester City women and Birmingham City women. They've actually already met in the first couple of weeks of the Women's Super League. The Women's Super League obviously started a few weeks ago, runs through summer and ends in November, so they've already met this season. They drew 1-1. So that doesn't really tell us much about how the game's going to pan out. I think Birmingham are going into the game as underdogs, and Manchester City, with their money within the club, have been able to make a lot of decent signings over the off season. So they've got World Cup winner Charlie Lloyd from America, as well as England internationals Lucy Bronze, Steph Houghton, who have been role models for the game over here for sure. Manchester City beat Liverpool in the semi-final, and I think that was the only challenge they had, really getting to the final. No disrespect to teams like Bristol City, they beat in the quarter-final. I think Manchester City have had a straightforward journey to the Women's FA Cup final, and really they should be expected to perform very well, especially with their players being known for performing in big game scenarios, and this certainly is the biggest that they come. Birmingham, on the other hand, finished fourth in last season's Women's Super League. They're actually the only team between them and Manchester City. They're the only side to have got to the final in recent years, and that was 2012. Since then, the cup's been a bit dominated by Arsenal, who won 3 of the last 4 years, and Birmingham have 2 members in their squad who won the FA Cup in 2012. That's their captain, Karen Hayslop, and I think they have one other as well, and I can't remember who it is. I think it's Emily Westwood. So they've got that experience of winning with the team. They know what it's like to win the FA Cup with their team. No, Steph Houghton has won it with Arsenal for sure, but they're winning it with their team, and they know how much it means to Birmingham City ladies to win the FA Cup. Birmingham City ladies also have Ellen White, a good established England international. She'll be the goal threat for Birmingham City ladies, I'll imagine, and I think it'll be one of the best finals we've seen in recent times. Birmingham's last FA Cup win, if you were wondering, came against Chelsea in 2012. A thrilling game. I think Rachel Williams scored in the 90th minute to take the game into extra time, and then Karen Carney, the England winger, who's now at Chelsea, she scored in the 111th minute, I think, to equalise again to 2-2, took it to penalties, and Birmingham triumphed 3-2. So a game that promises to really, really put women's football on the map, and I really hope that it can really, really show the sport in a great light, and a massive good luck to both the teams in this final, and I really look forward to the game. Promises to be a great game for sure. I don't buy that Birmingham are underdogs. I think it'll be very even. I think we could be in for a thriller. So, moving on, obviously at the end of the video, if you've got any comments over the Women's FA Cup, or any comments about female sport in general, if you think what we've said is right and it's grown, or if you think there's actually stagnating, or if you think it's actually on the decline, please comment below. We'd love to hear your stories or your experiences, and we'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you like this video, or look around and see if there's a video you like on the channel.